Hello treasure hunters, welcome to the show. Today I'm just making a quick video. This is basically going to be on the consecutive order of the clues in the poem, the use of the conjunctions, use of the punctuation. So let's get to it. So anyway guys, I'm going to try and explain this the best way I can. This is just some information that I've had built up in my iPad, my laptop for a little while now. I've been wanting to make a video. Haven't had time to get to it. So before I lose any of this information, I want to be sure I got it on a video. So basically, I'm going to be talking about the poem. I'm going to be talking about, if you've been in the hunt for any amount of time, you know Forrest has said that the clues in the poem are in consecutive order. But now, does consecutive order have to mean that the clues actually come line for line for line for line? I don't believe it does. I believe the use of the punctuation, the use of the conjunctions can separate the wording in the poem to where when you read it, it's understood in consecutive order. Okay guys, to start off with, I'm going to start off by playing this video for you. This is the Mistakes Not Errors video by Forrest Fenn. As you're listening to the video, listen for the part when he says 6, 8, 10. It's not the first time Forrest has used those numbers 6, 8, and 10. They're consecutive integers. I believe he's trying to tell us something when he says it. One other time that, actually two other times that he has said this, has been when he's talking about reading the book, going back and reading the poem. He says read it 6, 8, 10 times. And then one other time he's saying go back and read the book, read the poem 6, 8, 9, 10 times. And I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But also, as you're listening to this video, I did another video on the creative writing that Forrest talks about. It's a spinoff of Pam Shopman's visit with Forrest Fenn. If you haven't seen any of Pam Shopman's videos, she goes by Ramblin' Pam on YouTube. Go check out her channel. She's got a lot of excellent stuff on her channel. But anyway, it's the same thing, and this is another instance where he talks about that, and I talked about it in this video. So take a listen to this video, guys.
I'm a night person, and sometimes I get romantic at night, and I'll say things in my computer, and I get up, come in here and turn my computer on at 8 o'clock the next morning and read that. I say, God, did I really say that? You know, and so a lot of times I delete it. But I'm a night person. I'm writing a lot of times at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll go to bed and I'll think of something. I'll get up 6, 8, 10 times before I go to sleep just to make notes, because I know I'm not going to remember it in the morning, something that I want to say. And in my book, $17 a square inch, about Eric Sloan, my dear friend Eric Sloan. There were 2 times in that book where I described the books that he wrote, 50 books in 50 years. And I had pictures of 8 or 10 of the covers of his books on the right-hand page. So I write a sentence up, he did blah, 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 colon. But you can't end a sentence with a colon. So I put all of the entire next page covered with book covers that Eric Sloan had written. I put those in a sentence, and I put the period way down here by the page number. I did that twice in my book, and nobody ever caught that. There was another case where I finished a sentence as a caption to a painting. I never heard of that being done before either, but I always make up words. And I look in the dictionary to make sure that it isn't there. My philosophy is, first of all, dictionaries retard freedom of speech. Did you know that there are 150 prepositions in the English language, and you're not supposed to use any of them on the end? I think that's terrible. People make rules like that. But I make up words, and my philosophy is this: if the reader knows exactly what you're talking about, then who cares what the word is? Why does it have to be a real word?
So anyway, guys, here's the poem. Did you notice when Forrest talked about the 6, 8, 10? If you've listened to his other videos, I'm sure you've heard it before. The 6, 8, 10 is a strange comment to make multiple times. And, you know, I'm a believer if he keeps saying something, it's because he's trying to tell us something with the comment alone. I'm going to go through this 6, 8, 10, and I'm going to tell you what I believe he's talking about. Okay guys, before I get to the 6, 8, 10, I want to go over this conjunction meaning. Now everybody's been to school, everybody knows what a conjunction is, but let me read the actual definitions for you. A word used to connect a clause or a sentence, or to coordinate words in the same clause. Another meaning for it is the action or an instance of two or more events or things occurring at the same point in time or space. So here's a short example of some of the conjunctions in the poem. Shows you the way that they can be used, like with the word and. And is used to join two sentences to show similar ideas. So when we're reading the poem, when you get to the word and, try to think about what are the two similar ideas. The word but is in the poem, but Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze. But is used to join two ideas that are the opposites. So when you get to but Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze, what could be the two opposites in the poem when you get to that point? So is also in the poem, so hear me all and listen good. So is used to show a result. So when you're reading so in the poem, think about what is the result? What's the result that's happening in the poem? If is also in the poem. If is used to show a condition. When you're reading it, think, well, what's the condition? What's the condition that Forrest is referring to? All right, so let's get on to the 6, 8, 10, guys. I believe that the top two stanzas, because it starts with the word as. As is a conjunction, and as shows something that has already happened, something that is previously happened. So anyway, as I've gone alone in there and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secrets where and a hint of riches new and old. Begin at where warm waters halt and take it in the canyon down, not far but too far to walk, put in below the home of Brown. I think that is Forrest telling us that's the entire hunt beginning to end. I actually believe that the treasure is hidden below the home of Brown. It's not at the blaze. So when you're reading this, I actually believe that the use of the punctuation and the use of the conjunctions sets the order of the poem. It sets the consecutive order that Forrest is talking about. The next one, I've circled the next part of the poem. This is where I believe there's two clues in this. The first one has 6, this one has 2. So it's 6, 8, and then the next one will have 2. That'll be 10. From there is no place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. I believe there is 2 clues in that section right there alone. When he starts from there is no place for the meek, I believe he's talking about from warm waters halt. From warm waters halt, it's no place for the meek. Let me get on down to the next section. Here's the last section of the poem, guys. I believe there's 2 clues in this section. I say 2 clues because 10 is X marks the spot. So I believe this section is telling you how to get from the blaze to where the treasure is actually hidden. From the blaze to the home of Brown. That's what I believe is happening with the poem. That's what the punctuation and the use of all the conjunctions are telling me as I read it. I'm curious as to what some of you guys might have, what your thoughts might be on this. If you have anything that you want to say or comment, please put the comments down below. There's nothing definite about this. This is just all in theory. This is just my thoughts. Like I said, I wanted to get a video out on this before I got rid of all this information. I wish everybody good luck in the hunt. If you have not yet liked and subscribed to my videos, please do so. I'm Rick McDonald. I go by IllinoisGhost, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching.